Hi everybody, I'm Al Ruechel and welcome to this portion of the PCS Journal where we sit down and talk with folks within Pinellas County Schools about programs you need to know about, things that might affect your kids, and just otherwise pretty good news of the many varied programs we have here at Pinellas County Schools. Joining me right now is Mark Hunt, the Executive Director of Career, Technical, and Adult Education. Mark, good to see you.
Nice to see you, Al.
Before we went on the air, we were having this little mini discussion, and I thought I'd bring it up because I think it's very apropos, is that when I was going into high school, the technical side, because I grew up in an agrarian community in northern Iowa, not Ohio, northern Iowa, the technical side was very, very important because a lot of those kids would not go into college. And then somehow along the scheme, the technical side, I don't know, was it the 80s or 90s, you know, people started looking down on those because college, and that. And now we're kind of back on the upswing. And why do you think that is?
Well, all of the workers, the technical skill workers that are in the trades in highly technical areas are nearing retirement age. So there's a tremendous need for workers that have those technical skills to replace outgoing craftsmen.
Yeah.
It's in addition to construction, which a lot of people think is a technical skill, it's all sorts of other things, IT, computer programming, public service, firefighting, just a variety of skills that we have lost track of in the last 30 years, and now it's becoming a very important aspect. Just drive down the road and look at the condition of the roads and construction that's taking place. I mean, the country is still growing, and we need to replace and repair all of those facilities and infrastructure.
So when we talk about technical programs within Pinellas County Schools, give me a rundown of what the schools offer.
Well, just in our high schools, we offer auto mechanics, welding, health occupations, IT kinds of programs, technical programs such as drafting, engineering. Back in middle school, we have exploratory programs for those areas too.
Oh, okay.
And through our Career Academy system, we've connected the middle school programs to high schools so kids and parents see a connection from what kids are learning and experiencing in middle school to what could be a more focused interest in high school. And then at our technical colleges, of course, we have career preparation programs in all of those areas: health occupations, computer programming, networking, things like that.
You mentioned welding, and it probably was 20 years ago. I did a story on a kid who won the international welding competition.
Right.
And this is 20 years ago, and his starting salary was going to be $130,000.
That's right.
Welding?
That's right.
Was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea.
That's right. It's a very highly technical skill area. And with all of the work being done on bridges and power plants and water systems, welders are a critical piece of that. And if an individual has a very good skill set and is willing to travel, $100,000 a year is not out of the question.
Now, when we talk about the technical side of things, you just mentioned something, the technical college. Now, I know, there's power in words. So when we say technical college, what is that time spent beyond the 4 years you're in high school or not?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Technical college is typically a year, possibly 14, 15 months after high school. Very specific skill training in a particular occupation.
Okay.
Our technical college tagline is a career in a year. Individuals can come to us at the technical college with no knowledge of a particular area, just an interest, and within a year be employed in that occupational area, earning a living and doing very well.
Now you mentioned the middle school program, because I think again we all relate to what education experience we went through, and I think I changed my major. My God,
Right.
4 or 5 times.
Right.
I started out marine biology in the state of Iowa, not exactly an ocean very close, and changed and stumbled into journalism. So how do parents know if their kids are really interested in the technical side of things, and if they are and they take the technical route, and all of a sudden they go, you know what, I really do want to go to college. So how does that work?
Well, just because you're interested in a technical field doesn't mean college is out of the picture. A lot of technical areas require a 2 or a 4-year degree or beyond to be in that profession. But in middle school, our exploratory program is designed to help kids sample different interests they may have and decide where their interest lies. So when they go to high school, they can use that interest to help make high school more relevant,
right,
and further refine their interest for post-secondary. In our economy today, no one can be successful for their life without some post-secondary instruction.
I would think so. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Whether it's a technical college, a state college, a university, or even graduate.
Now, when we're talking about the technical schools, we just talked to Dr. Gregory about this. They're opening a technical high school in Seminole.
That's right.
Now, this is a separate building. It's not like the
Yes.
Seminole High School is all of a sudden becoming
Right.
completely technical.
No, this is actually on the campus of what has been known as Career Academies of Seminole, or the Ag Farm, as a lot of people know. We're adding a new 2-story academic building that will house all of the core subjects, math, science, language, in addition to the technical programs. And at that school we'll have veterinary assisting, nurse assisting, computer programming, construction, and we're looking at adding a marine mechanics program for that school. And students that want to come to the technical high school have to choose one of those technical areas of interest. And we're going to use that area of interest to make their academics very relevant to what they're doing.
Now, is this again an application process?
Absolutely. It is the first of its kind in the district. The full school is an application program specifically to a technical program, and students can apply through the normal choice program application period and be selected for a particular technical program. Very small student population, 600 students maximum.
Oh, okay, okay.
Very small.
And then there's the other part of your job is adult education.
Right.
Now, this is just a question that I have. Is adult education something that's required of school districts to provide, or is this something they provide as an ancillary service?
No, we provide it as an ancillary service. It's not required, but there are a lot of adults in our community that don't have the basic academic skills, math, language, to be successful. So we serve students and adults that are interested in coming back to earn their high school diploma, maybe a GED, immigrants coming into the country that need language skills to learn English, so that way they can be better qualified and be more competitive for jobs in our area.
Yeah.
And we serve that population at 7 adult education centers across the district. And we just opened a new adult education center at the old Clearview Elementary School.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That had been closed for a number of years. We renovated the facility, and now it is our 7th adult ed center, and it's a standalone school.
Talking about something else that we mentioned, we were talking about technical schools. You guys have gotten a lot of awards for the technical schools as well, right? Tell me about those.
We have. In our high schools, we've got 2 schools that have earned the NCAC, which is the National Career Academy Coalition Model School Award. 2 principals at those schools have earned the Model Principal Award. Keith Masteritis at Clearwater High School.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Hernandez at Northeast High School were recognized very recently for that award in managing and operating a school that is run on a career academy model.
Now, when we talk about the career academies and anything that's technical, how much selling of these programs do you have to do? Now, I know that that's what your job is, but I'm saying, you know, is this a reluctant audience? Are these kids interested in it? And do you have more people that will apply than you have spaces for, and what?
Well, we try and organize our academies at all of our high schools. We do have academies at all high schools. The challenge is finding themes for the academies that would be diverse enough for a high school population, so that way just about any student at that school could find something they're interested in. Are students reluctant? Sometimes they are, because they aren't sure about what that particular academy is about or what that theme is about. But for the most part, they're very interested in the theme, and the theme attracts them. And once we get them involved in the theme, then the academics are embedded within the theme, and now all of a sudden kids see some relevance for why am I learning algebra and geometry
yeah.
and writing and things like that? Because it means something to an area they're interested in.
Yeah, when am I going to use sine and cosine and tangent when I'm in the grocery store looking for Captain Crunch or something like that?
Exactly.
It's always the difficult part is taking the education and applying it to everyday life, which I think educators are doing a much better job than they did, in my day, because I think people, particularly kids, they're looking at, what do I get out of this, and what kind of lifestyle is this going to let me live in the future?
Our students today are very, very aware of why am I learning certain things and how does it apply in my particular life? How is it going to make me more competitive in the workplace? How is it going to make my life better? And if we can show them how all of these academics play into that at a young age, they latch onto it, and we have not run into a student yet that is interested in this subject that can't perform and excel.
Do these kids that take part in academies do better than the normal population? And maybe kind of a question that goes along with it, what percentage of kids in Pinellas County, if you know, are in these specialty programs? That would either be the magnet programs or these other.
Well, if you just look at career academies in our high schools, 51% of our students that are in high schools are in an academy of some sort.
Oh, it's that high?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you add in non-academy, career, technical kinds of programs that maybe aren't an academy yet because they're developing the structure, and you add advanced academics or even some other type of theme-oriented program, the number jumps to over 70%.
Oh, wow.
So there are a lot of kids involved in relevance learning in our schools. And yes, they do perform better. We've run some data on students in our academies, and we found that students in an academy have a 0.9% higher GPA rate, 9 points higher. Their graduation rate is higher, their GPA is higher, and they attend school more frequently. And as our superintendent says, if you can get, the kids will come to school and attend, we can teach them.
Absolutely.
So attendance is really very important.
And lastly, what's the biggest challenge that you face on a daily basis in working in this area?
Well, really and truly trying to get people to understand that a technical pathway is not less than a college pathway. If you really think about it, a college is a 4-year technical school because people go there for a specific purpose. They want to learn a skill and they want to apply that skill when they graduate from college.
Yeah.
There's nothing different than technical instruction. So we all are training to prepare for a career. So if you look at whether it's a technical area, let's face it, physicians are very technical people.
Sure.
They have to have that skill. So there is really no occupation that doesn't require some type of highly technical skill involved.
Yeah.
So if we can get parents to understand that whether a student wants to be a physician or whether they want to be a welder, as long as it's right for them and they're going to make a living and be successful, it's the right path.
Wow, wow. Great programs. I'm so proud of you guys and gals for everything you're doing with these technical programs, because I hear so many of the success stories. I get all the good stories too, besides some of the bad ones.
That's true.
Most of them are very good. Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck in continuing what you're doing now.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back with more right after this, so please stay with us.